Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. So we've been doing a bit of work on the Mini, on my beige Mini. We just put the upholstery back in it, put some soundproofing. It took the dashboard out, redid the soundproofing in the bulkhead because it was a little noisy, and I didn't want to put the soundproofing on the inside of the bulkhead, next to the carburetor on the bulkhead out in the engine bay, because it always gets dirty and dusty and looks a bit awful, and because it's been so nicely done I want to show that. So hopefully this will cure the issue with the noise. And the red Mini, we've pretty much used up all the parts we've got. In the next video I'll be showing you some of the brake lines that I'm doing for the front, but there's some parts again that need to come. The problem is with the total rebuild, it's so difficult to remember everything, every little detail, every little bit you need. So really planning is important. I'm going to also show you that we're doing some stuff on the XK150, getting the brakes ready, doing the adjustment on the geometry of the front suspension and quite a few other things. We're trying to get it ready so that we can actually test it, which I explain in the video, and a little bit of sandblasting. Not that sandblasting is particularly interesting, but maybe you guys might be interested in the setup that we have. And unfortunately the last bit of sand we have in the hopper is done. It's pretty much dust now, so it's not very efficient, and you'll see in the video the cabinet gets dusty very quickly. That wouldn't normally happen. It's only when it gets so fine, so dust, and so fine that it dusts up like that. Normally you can see in there right the way through, but the camera shows the quality, the media is finished, so we have to open the hopper, empty it and put a new bag in there. It takes about, I think, a full bag fills the hopper basically. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and we'll catch you after the weekend. So, oh, and on Tuesday I'm going to pick up the new car, the Mercedes Vito. So I'll do a bit of video on that. Hopefully you guys will be interested and have a look at it. It's actually in the place where we bought it. They're actually putting on the new tow bar, but it's a detachable tow bar, and it has to be a Mercedes one. So this is why we haven't picked it up yet. We bought it and paid for it, but we haven't. The tow bar had to be ordered. So, and again, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. So Amir's using the straightener, the pipe straightener, to make up some brake pads. This is for the XK150. I think you guys have seen this tool before. We have lots of little things, don't we like, but it makes the life so much easier and looks far more professional when it's done. So what I will be showing you on the next one is, you can see that we start to get some of the interior parts, or the engine compartment bits in. I've just got to make up this pipe from here all the way around, but because I've never done a left-hand drive before, I have to work out exactly where everything's going. I know where it goes, but how it runs, so we have to do some investigation on that. So yeah, we've got the new chrome bit on the front now, the new bumpers on it, and they seem to fit really nicely then. And with my Mini, you can see, I'll open it up here, you can see all the interior is back in the back there. Looks real nice. And what's that thing on the seat?
Switch.
Oh, the door switches. Yeah. We need one for this as well as two for that.
Set for this red Mini.
And for this one?
We are good.
We're good. We bought new ones, haven't we, for this? So as you see, I just need to get a radio organised for it now. That's I'm just need to work out exactly what type of radio. I mean, radios aren't really. Modern cars are okay. They're a bit noisy. I think Minis are a little bit noisy for radios, but and as you can see, the front looks real nice. And yeah, as I say, we didn't want to put that foil on the back bulkhead there to kind of spoil it. It's just nice. So it looks so nice. I didn't want that stuff in it, and it seems to catch a lot of dirt and rubbish from the carburetor and road dirt. So yeah, we're that's what we're getting on with. Yeah, so take you on to the next bit. we've gone just about as far as we can with the Mini at the moment. We're still waiting on some more parts for it. There's a few jobs to do which I will show you with the brake lines on, but we're working on this XK 150 now to get it ready to test drive the chassis and the engine box and make sure mechanically it's good. And then once this is up and running, we'll then transfer this frame that we've made and seats and put them onto the other car to test that. Fortunately, I have a friend. Well, it's a friend of a friend. It's a chap I know, but his friend lives next door to us, well, 2 houses up, and he owns a truck company with a big yard, big asphalted yard, and he's given Martin, my neighbour, the key. So any Sunday we can trailer the chassis down there and test drive it for 2 or 3 hours, just checking everything. So we're just getting it ready now, so we can. The engine runs. We can now put the Evans coolant in it. So I'm just doing the dynamo. Now this one here, this is the original dynamo that came with the car, and they were dynamos in those days. And this system on this car, these XK 150s, it's 1958 XK 150 Roadsters, both of them. And the system that came on these is they had 2 6-volt batteries, one in each side. And we're going away from, and they were positive earth in those days. We've changed now, everybody's changing now to negative earth. But they were positive, so this is a negative earth, but this is actually an alternator, and they call them dynators. So basically, what they've done is they've used the body from an alternator, from a dynamo. So it's a dynamo body looking, but they've put an alternator inside it, so it's far more efficient, but still looks period for the time. So I've basically taken all these brackets off it now. I'm just about to pull the pulley off and the fan, so I can sandblast these now this afternoon, paint them, and we can put this one on. And it's been made exactly the same. Even if you look on the back, you can see here that even the connections are in the same place. So I'm just using this puller now to take this off, and hopefully it won't be after I don't know how many years of. Oh yeah. So these are on Woodruff keys. There we go. I just tightened it on. I hadn't preset this up, so this is drill. There we go. So that come off really easy, that. Just tension it up before I put the camera on. There we go. So, nice. And the fan should be just as easy to come off, hopefully. There we go. So there's the actual fan. You can see one of them has been hit, it's been struck here. So you can see that one. There's a couple that are bent, so I'll clean them up. But I'll sandblast it first, and the pulley, along with the brackets and everything, and then we can get the alternator running again. This seed's only been in about 3 weeks. You can see how lovely and green it is already. And the weather's beautiful today. It's 20 today, but it looks really nice. I mean, yeah, it'll take 6 or 8 weeks before it's really bedded in properly, maybe 3 months. But you can see how nice it looks. You can barely see on that corner there. You can barely see the stone through it. Obviously, when you're on top of it, you can see, and obviously there's a few patches here and there, especially around this area, because these bushes on the side here are keeping, when the sun's still low, relatively low. But look, see how nice it looks, and garden's looking well. So yeah, really pleased with that. My wife is very happy with it, because she didn't want this concrete showing everywhere. So we parked the combi, well not the combi, but the Doka. I don't know why we keep calling it Doka, because that was double cab it stood for. But you can see there's a few little areas where it's patchy here. But obviously that's due to down here it's quite shaded. So the reason I'm bringing you down and showing you this is I'm I'm just sandblasting some stuff, and I want you guys to see the setup I've got, and how much better with a good gun, even though the cabinet is a cheap one, and the gun that you get with this Chinese rubbish. Looking through there now is pretty bad, because this is a protective film that's inside them, and then you just have to keep changing them. But the dust does get behind, even though it's taped in. But it's to protect the perspex in the first place, or glass in this case. So I'll take this off, and I'll just give you an idea of how it looks once it's up. You can see, you can hardly see my hand there, and then I'm going to take this off. You can see the difference entirely. So there you go. So this is just a protective sheet. They do get dusty sometimes just on the inside, but they do get, what it does, it's the backsplash from the sand, and so I'll just put a new one on, and I'll bring you back. See, I've put the new one on it, and this is how it comes. It's just double back tape, and you just basically tear it off, and then you've got this sticky edge. So there's the hard bit, because I have to push myself inside, so I'll try and do it without. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just reposition the camera so you can see me actually sandblasting it. Now it will be noisy, because obviously the compressor's in here and the hoover. So what I'll do is basically just quickly show you the setup. So you can see I have, so it gets the air gets sucked out into this canister, which catches the sand, and then down onto this hoover, and that's how it keeps it nice and clear inside you, which you'll see hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the compressor will kick in once the air goes down a bit, but I'm going to put the hoover on now, so it will be noisy. I'll just show you me doing the fan. I'm not going to show you everything, there's no point, but what I'd like you to see is how quickly this does it with a very good quality gun. So here we go. This is the gun here. You can see it's good quality one, not the Chinese rubbish. Okay, so you can see it's got very dusty in there very quickly, and the reason for that is I need to change the sand in it. There's too much dust in it now, and it's got trapped down behind here. So I've got to go and get some more sand for it. I'll finish these off. I can see better with the human eye, obviously, than you can with a camera, but just to give you an idea of, I mean, that took me, let's just set you up here a bit. So that took me, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. But just to give you an idea, it's not done completely yet, but there you go. That was just that little short time. It's not done well, I'm just doing it for the camera. You can see the back still still the same, but you can see it's right down. All the paint and the rust is off it. So I won't show you the rest because obviously now I need to change. The basic problem with this now is that we use it until a point it gets to this, and then we empty it from the bottom here through the hopper, and then put brand new stuff in it. It normally lasts, well, it depends on how much you're using it, but you can rotate this stuff probably for 5 or 6 goes minimum, and then it'll get to a point where it's too dusty, and then we just put it in and then dump it. So that's the point we're at now, and then I'll take this back off, and you can see there, if I put my hand on it, you can see it'll clean up quite quickly. So that's the small sandblaster we have, and basically I'll turn the camera around for you. Let me turn that round, and you can see above here, you can see where this English wheel is. There's a cabinet there, and this was an old for 2 people. It was a shower cabinet, it had and a steam bath, it had radio in it and all that crap. And my wife had a new bathroom put in a couple of years ago, so we took it and put the rubber gloves in it and lights in it, so for the bigger items, and it sits directly on that little trailer outside, and we can see what we're doing, and we can do big stuff like wings and quarter panels, hoods, whatever, in that, and then it's easier to contain the sand. There you can see, there's the pulley. You can actually even read the number on it now. That's the pulley done. There is the fan, brand new. There's the bracket, and this is with sand that is already done. It needs to be replaced. We get them in white bags. They're about 25 kilos each. And if anybody's interested, I can give them the number. Yeah, the bottom line with any of this stuff is obviously the better the equipment, the easier it's going to be. But it's not a cheap way of doing it. But taking stuff out to be sandblasted is not cheap, and they lose parts. At least you know where your parts are when you're doing it yourself. And you can do them at your leisure as well. As I say, that's certainly not cheap to have stuff sandblasted. But like I say, I think in a lot of situations, if somebody's got the room, you club together and buy something, because it's not something you're going to use every day. We're doing restorations more than the average guy, I would think. I mean, we're not a full-on workshop, but certainly more than the average guy would take on. And we don't use it that much, to warrant to spend even more money on it, if you like. So yeah, I mean, I always think a bunch of lads all live in the same area, like Manchester, Bolton, wherever. Buy a setup, a good one, and share it. It's definitely the way to go, because these can be quite mobile as well when they're normal size. So yeah, that's it for now. So I hope that's been of some interest to you, and stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby. The weather's getting great now. IMM is coming up very soon, and I'm looking forward to bringing the car over to let people have a look at it and see what they think, and give me their opinion if they like it or don't like it, or whatever. So be good to each other, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.